Okay, so in this session, in yesterday's session, we have discussed about some basic fundamental of circuit. Now we are going to discuss in detail that how we can use this fundamental for some applications. So we have discussed yesterday about Tinkercad. Many of participants will face difficulty of joining the Tinkercad or opening that Tinkercad. So how to resolve that queries? I'm just going to discuss over here. You cannot join YouTube session over there. You have to join over here, and you can switch off your video so that data will be consumed very less, and you will able to access all the video. So if you are having 1.5 GB data, then you will able to join two session in very easy way. So don't create that kind of excuse that you have to take care. That information is already shared. Okay. So now we will discuss about Arduino microcontroller. So how it will work and how we have to use it for IoT applications. Meanwhile, if you want to create any other project with the help of this Arduino, you can build it for robotics or for home automation, any kind of project. So I'm again repeating it, video is not necessary. You can switch off your video so that you can save your data pack. If you are having a plenty of data, then no need to worry about it. So if you are having a less speed and less data, then you can turn off your video and you can access this session over here. So thank you so much. So what is microcontroller? Microcontroller is a small computer on a chip, and with the help of that you can deploy it for your any kind of applications. So whatever queries you are having, whatever questions you are having, park your question and then we will discuss at the end of the session so that we can run the session smoothly. Thank you so much. So when we talk about embedded mean integrating something for some applications. If we talk about embedded system, mean something is embedded in a one system for performing some applications. So over here we are just going to discuss about microcontroller and their applications and how we have to use it, and we will discuss about Arduino Uno microcontroller. So Arduino is not just a microcontroller, it's a development board. With the help of that, we can perform many applications with this Arduino development board. So what is development board and what is microcontroller? Microcontroller is, as I said over here, a computer on a chip like this. This one is a chip and this one is a microcontroller chip. Similar way, this one is also a IC, a microcontroller IC. So many things is integrated in this IC, like if we talk about AD converter. AD stand for analog to digital converter. My voice is audible. My voice is audible to everyone. Okay, then good. Okay, then low I will increase my voice. So also you can increase your voice, and also you can use some earphone and headphone so that you can listen in a very silent way. Or there is also RAM that is included in this microcontroller. Program memory is also included over here in this microcontroller. So how we can use it? So we are using this microcontroller in this development board. What is included in development board? In this development board, you can find power circuit, programming interface, and basic input output pins also, so that you can use it for your applications. Please disable chat. Don't worry, I will not see any chat right now. I'm just focusing on PPT part. Okay, Arduino, who has invented this Arduino? Arduino was invented in 2005 by Massimo Banji and David Kurzlis. So they have developed is an open source tool. With the help of that, you can design your customized board, as well as you can make it for industrial application also. So this one is an open source tool that is being developed by Arduino company. So Arduino has a multiple development board, but Arduino Uno is one of the unique and standard board for learning applications. So you can code it, and there are 2-3 platform in the Arduino. So first of all, I'm going to discuss about it. You can make your customized board also. It's not like that you have to use a complete Arduino board, because it's carry a cost of 400 rupees. A Arduino clone cost I'm talking about. If you want to buy any Arduino original, then you have to pay 15 to 1800 rupees. So there is no huge difference in Arduino clone and original. So Arduino original is coming from the Italy. So currently I'm having this Arduino original in my hand. You can see this one is Arduino original, Arduino Uno. And second, I'm having this Arduino. This one is also a clone. So there is no huge difference. You will not find easily any difference in Arduino original and clone. Okay, so you can build your customized board using this microcontroller. Like this one is a microcontroller in this Arduino, that is SMD. Or you can build your customized Arduino also at your home. If you want to deploy at your project, so you can use it for your application based Arduino using this microcontroller. So over here, which microcontroller we are using, that I will discuss right now, and what are the components in this Arduino, and how you can make your own Arduino with low cost. So you can make it within 150 rupees, and you can deploy it on your applications. So how low cost you can make your project with this Arduino board, that is very interesting. Slides are available over here only, not in a group. So what is this Arduino board? There are 3-4 major components in the Arduino that I'm just going to discuss over here. Just see it very carefully. So this one is Arduino microcontroller. The name of this Arduino microcontroller is 8MEGA328P. You can find this microcontroller in the market at the cost of 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 120 rupees. So 120 rupees you will find it, and you can use it. Okay, then second is power. These are power ports, and these are analog input, and these are digital pins. So these are SCL and SDA pin, and this one is reset button. This one is USB. With the help of that we can program it, and this one is power in. We can give power to this board using power adapter of 9 volt to 12 volt. So 2-3 important thing I'm going to tell over here about Arduino. In this Arduino microcontroller, which one image you are not able to see? Is it visible or not? Kindly respond. Is it visible or not? Yes. Okay. So slides are visible to everyone, I think. So if someone is not able to see, so see their data connectivity and their mobile. So I think there is some problem. Okay. So power mean you can give power output from this Arduino, and you can also take input in this Arduino power from any external power source. These are analog pin and these are digital pin. So there are 0 to 13 total 14 number of 14 number of digital pin and 6 number of analog pin. That is also mentioned in the Arduino. These are analog and these are digital. There are few pins, those are PWM pin. Those pins are 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. So 6 numbers of pin are PWM pin. So in PWM pin, what we can do, we can write analog output from these pins. These pins are working as a multiple pin, as a digital pin, as well as analog output pin. So whenever we have to read any analog signal, we have to use these analog pin. These are dedicated pin for reading analog signal. So what is analog signal? What is digital signal? That we are just going to discuss right now, so that you should get familiar about analog and digital, and then you can integrate over here. So voice is audible. So Franklin, kindly check your audio. I think voice is audible to everyone. So increase your PC audio and also check your internet connectivity. I think there is some error. So these SCA and SDL pin we use for serial and parallel communication. If we have to integrate a very complex sensor with the 2 pin, then we can use this SCL and SDA. And also we will discuss in detail what is SCA and SDL. So these are more detailed picture of Arduino. That this one is ground pin. There are multiple ground, so if you want to integrate more than one sensor, that you can integrate in a very easy manner. Okay, so this one is reset button. I already has discussed. So what the meaning of reset? If your program is running, with the help of reset, your program will not get erased, but your program is restart from the beginning. Or here is power supply. With the help of that, you can give power supply from the power adapter, and this one is USB for programming it, and you can also give power from this USB. This one microcontroller, and these are for circuit serial programmer. You can program it from over here using USB serial programmer. This one microcontroller, these are digital pin, analog pin, and this IC is this one IC is for serial programming, and this one is microcontroller 8MEGA328P. So there is one LED that is denoted L mean it's inbuilt LED that is connected with 13 number LED. So these are TX and RX LEDs. So there is 2 serial out, serial in, TX, RX. TX means transmission, RX means receiving. So over here, TX, RX means there are 2 hardware serial pin, 0 and 1. With the help of that, you can interface any communication device. If we talk about Bluetooth module, if we talk about GSM module, if we talk about any serial communication device that you can connect on TX and RX pin. Sorry. Okay, so how we have to use it? There are 2-3 more important things. This microcontroller will operate on the logic of 5 volt. 5 volt means you can give this microcontroller maximum 5 volt, and you can take output from this microcontroller that is maximum 5 volt. If we are going to read any sensor value, then maximum this microcontroller can tolerate, that is 5 volt. And if we want to give output from any digital pin or any PWM pin, then we can give maximum output, that is 5 volt. Whenever we are going to talk about high or low, it means high mean 5 volt at the output, low mean 0 volt ground. And whenever we are going to read any value from this analog pin, the maximum 5 volt we can read. But you can ask that I told you that we can give 9 volt from this power supply. Reason behind that, we can give 9 volt to 12 volt from over here, but there is one voltage regulator IC which convert that 9 volt in a 5 volt, and 5 volt is being supplied to this microcontroller. Okay, so there are 3 major platforms in a Arduino: software, hardware, and community. So if we talk about Arduino, it's not about just only hardware. It's about hardware, then the software of Arduino IDE. IDE mean integrated development environment, and then there is community. With the help of that, we can get a lot of library of Arduino, and we can use this library for deployment of any complex project. So if we talk about clock frequency, this Arduino has a clock frequency of 16 megahertz, and with the help of that we can process any kind of application. If we have to need high processing power, then there are a lot of advanced version of this Arduino that I will discuss later on, that which one we can use for advanced applications, so that we can do it. So if we talk about more this Arduino, this one is Arduino IDE software. So that you no need to download. We will work on the cloud platform. With the help of that, you no need to download any Arduino software. You can work there on their cloud version. That is very easy to use. So there are few terminology of programming that is very important if you want to write code in embedded C. So no need to worry about programming part, that it is very complex, we will not able to do. So just I'm going to discuss about basic terminology that is being used in Arduino programming. What are these terminology? First one is sketch. Sketch mean code that we have to write. Then pin mean input and output pin. So clock frequency is 16 megahertz. Someone is asking about it. Then pin mean which pin we are going to use for input and which pin we are going to use for the output. Then digital mean high and low. If we talk about Arduino programming is a case sensitive. Mean if there is something written high in capital, then you have to write it in a capital. If there is something in small, then you have to write it in a small. So that is a very important part. It's not like that Python you can write in any simple syntax. So over here, this is case sensitive programming in Arduino. So digital mean high and low, you can read it. High and low, you can write it high and low. High mean you are giving 5 volt output if you are writing it. And if you are reading high mean you are reading 5 volt to the Arduino. Analog, whenever you are going to read analog from the Arduino, you can read maximum 5 volt in the Arduino. So if we talk about analog input, so analog input, I'm just going to discuss two important things over here. If we talk about analog input, it means we can read a value that is maximum 5 volt, but Arduino has their inbuilt ADC which convert that 5 volt into 10 bit. 10 bit means 2 raised to power 10. Whenever we are going to read from analog pin, then it will read in the format of 10 bit. That I will discuss later on, that what is 10 bit and how we have to read it. And whenever we are going to write analog signal at the output, then it means it will write in the format of 8 bit. 8 bit mean 2 raised to power 8. It means 0 to 255. 0 also we will consider. Like if we want to control light brightness, we want to control speed, each and everything you can do with the help of analog output. These are syntax for programming you have to use. If you want to learn Arduino programming, then maximum 20 syntax you have to remember, then you will become master of Arduino programming for writing Arduino program. So what are these syntax? So few syntax I'm going to discuss over here. So pin mode, whenever you are going to use any pin, you have to define that pin. That is very important, otherwise you will not get proper output. Right, like yesterday we have used output pin, that was digital output. For that, if we are using 30 number pin, then first of all we have to define it in the format of pin mode, pin number and mode. Mode mean either output or input. So over here, whenever you are going to define any pin, then M should be capital and mode should be also in capital, full capital, like input or output. When we talk about reading digital, so we have to read digital read like this. R should be capital, and then we have to define pin number. Pin number we can write directly in number, like we are using 13 number pin, then we can write 13. If we are using analog pin, then we have to write A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. If we have to write digital, then we have to write, if you just got understood about that, whenever we have to write it digital or analog, then R or W should be in capital, all other will be small. So you can write it digital, write pin number and then value. Value should be in the format of high and low. High and low. One important thing I'm going to discuss over here, that is very important. What is the important part is that with the help of this Arduino, with the digital pins, you can give maximum 40 milliampere output current. What you understand about it means you can connect any appliance which consume current 40 milliampere. If you are going to connect any appliance which consuming more than 40 milliampere current, then your Arduino will be get damaged. I'm repeating it again. If you are going to connect any 2-3 relay module in the Arduino and the current rating of relay module is more than 40 milliampere, then your Arduino will be overloaded and it will get damaged. For that, you have to provide external power to that relay module, not from the Arduino. So Arduino can give maximum 40 milliampere current at the output. Any pin you can use for the output, but over there current will be maximum 40 milliampere. Two LEDs you can connect in a comfortable way. If you want to connect more LEDs, then you have to provide external power, otherwise Arduino will be overloaded and your Arduino can get damaged. 90% of students do that kind of mistake. They directly connect motor with the Arduino and they run that motor with the Arduino and Arduino will get fried. So you have to take care of that important step. If you will take care of these things, your Arduino will not get damaged anyhow. So maximum current you can give 40 milliampere, that is very important. So if you want to run any motor, then how you will drive that motor? That is very interesting question. You can ask that kind of questions. So what you can do, you can make a driver circuit for that, and driver circuit is being powered from external power source, and you can drive that circuit and control signal you can give from the Arduino. So Arduino will give a control signal, not a drive power. For that you have to use external power source. There is internal pull-up also, that I will discuss later on, that how to use internal pull-up and what's the meaning of internal pull-up. So whenever we are going to write any delay function in the Arduino, so these all are function in the Arduino, like these are embedded in Arduino software, like pin mode, digital read, digital write. These are functions that those are embedded in the Arduino embedded C programming. This one is also delay function. So whenever we have to write delay in the Arduino or wait mean delay, that should be in millisecond. In Arduino programming, if we are doing graphical programming, over there we can write in the second as well as millisecond. Over there wait was available, so wait can be written in millisecond or second, but in Arduino programming we have to write delay in the format of this, and over here we have to write in millisecond. And also for some advanced programming application, we can write in microsecond also. If we need to do some precise work, that we can do. Yes, it's case sensitive. So whenever we have to write delay, then we have to write it like this. Delay microsecond, we have to write like this. Similar way you can write program. If you want to glow any LED, like digital write LED pin, or you can directly write pin number of LED like 13. If you are using LED pin, that LED pin you have to define it, and then high, and you can write delay for half second, that is 500 millisecond. So then digital write, LED pin and low, then delay. This one is a simple blink example that we did yesterday. So same program is you can write in the Arduino also. So there are few components that we are going to use. So first of all, understand about this basic component, how these components are working. So over here there is one push button. Push button, we can read digital from this push button, like over here digital input. So what are type of this component? So that is very important. Close or open circuit switch, working of switch is closing or opening a circuit. Polarized, it's bipolar, or you can see it's working and detail. Then trim potentiometer, with the help of that you can read analog input. So you can read analog input. Variable register, it work as a variable register. So it can also called trim port. So then after that, potentiometer, photoresistor we have discussed yesterday also. This one is a LDR means light dependent resistor, and also we can say it photoresistor. So it work as a analog input. So how it will work? It will work also as a variable resistor. So resistance will be changed when light will be fall on this LDR. Vary with light. Then relay. Relay is very important. Whenever we are going to switch any AC load from the Arduino, then we have to use relay. With the help of relay, we can switch AC load in a very simple way. So it will give digital output, not analog output. Very important point over here. So it will give digital output. So switch, it working as a switch driven by a small signal and control large voltage also. Then temperature sensor, with the help of that you can measure temperature and it will give analog signal, analog input. Then flex sensor, with the help of flex sensor you can make many interesting project, like if you want to make any gesture control robotics arm, that you can do. I will share a few example also with you so that you should get familiar about this application of small components. So it's also a variable resistor. Then soft trim port, it also give analog input. So whenever you will rotate this flex sensor, it resistance will change, and similar way yes, so in similar way you can use this potentiometer for your applications. So in this flex sensor, what you can do, you will rotate this flex and you can mount this flex in a gloves or in your fingers. Then as you will rotate your finger, it will give, its resistance will change, and you can detect that resistance in Arduino. How you will detect it is, that is very important. So yes, we will discuss in detail also about relay module and all the components. Then RGB LED, so it will give different color also, RGB, red, green, blue color, and it's give digital and as well as analog output signal. You can give with the help of this. Okay, so these are more detail about components. So in potentiometer there are 3 pins, and in LED there are 2 pins. So in LED, smaller one is negative, bigger one is positive, and more detail we will also discuss about LED. Then this buzzer, PGO buzzer, we can use for making piano and many applications. Then potentiometer, temperature sensor, this one motor we can use, and this one is push button. So this one is a connection of flex sensor. There will be 2 pins. In soft trim port potentiometer, there will be 3 pins, and we can also use servo motor for some application, like if you want to make any kind of like automatic sanitizer dispenser, you can use the servo motor, and you can use sensor. With the help of that you can make automatic sanitizer dispenser. So that is very interesting. We will also discuss in programming that how you can do programming of that automatic sanitizer dispenser. Okay, these are relay and integrated IC, LCD. Also we will do interface. This one is a breadboard. So you can see breadboard working. So these are connected. I will discuss in detail about breadboard. So first of all, we have to understand about basic of electronics and electrical. That is very important to understand. If you are beginner, if you are not having any background of electronics or programming, then how you can do and how you can learn IoT. For that, you have to understand first Ohm's law, voltage, current, resistance, and use of multimeter. So first of all, we are going to discuss about Ohm's law. I think Ohm's law is being taught in 7th class onwards. So you can, might be you are familiar or not. Ohm's law is a backbone of all the electronics and electrical. So how it is working? So Ohm's law, the definition you can see, it's a relationship between voltage and current. So over here, so V is equal to IR is Ohm's law. You can calculate voltage and current with the help of this relationship. If we talk about mechanical engineering, so there is Hooke's law, that is backbone of all in mechanical and civil engineering. Similar way, if we talk about electrical and electronics engineering, so Ohm's law is a backbone of all electrical and electronics engineering. So what is voltage and what is current and what is resistance? Might we have studied a lot. So understanding it is a very important point. So how it will work, that we will discuss over here in a very simple way. So how we can do it? So voltage is just a potential energy, and it's a potential difference between 2 points. And current is a rate of flow in a circuit, rate of flow of charge in a circuit, and its unit is ampere. And resistance is opposition of flow of charge. Might be you have studied it in earlier in school or in a college. Now we are making it understandable with a water analogy. You can link it with your day-to-day life and you can use it in a very simple way. So over here, in a water analogy, you can understand and you can make your conceptual in a very simple way how it is working. So whenever in a water tap, when water tap is closed, less water will be get flow. So this tap is representing over here is a resistance, and when tap is open, resistance will be less and more water will be flow. So it's representing flow of current. So more high current will be flow when resistance will be less. Similar way, when resistance is higher, so less current will be flow. So over here you can see we are having a water tank at our top of the roof, and there is one more water tank that is a little bit lower than this. So you can see the pressure of water at the ground level from both the tank will be different. So if our tank is on the 3rd floor, then pressure will be higher. If our water tank is on the 1st floor, then pressure will be lower. So how you can understand it in a very simple manner. So over here you can see voltage is high, mean water tank is at higher level. So higher voltage, high current will be flow in this circuit. And when voltage is low voltage, then low current will be flow in the circuit. So when voltage will be low, so less current will be flow in the circuit, and resistance is also same in the both the circuit. So voltage is just a potential difference. So when we talk about battery, in a battery size is bigger and both the batteries having same 12 volt voltage. If we talk about home inverter, in home inverter you will find a battery of 12 volt, and there will be a different size of batteries. So if size is bigger and voltage is same, mean the battery is having more charge storage capacity and voltage is same. So you can visualize with this water analogy that how voltage and current is working. So over here you can see what voltage is higher, current is higher, but in this voltage level is same, and you can see current is low because resistance is higher. Thus diameter of this pipe get reduced. So how you can measure a voltage in a circuit, and how can check any circuit if that circuit is working or not or damaged. So with continuity, this one is continuity, you can check any circuit. So with the continuity, it will give beep sound whenever you are going to connect with any short circuit connection. So you can check with the continuity any kind of circuit, and similar way you can measure voltage. So you will find some assignment question related to this, so you can understand it in a very simple way if you are beginner. So if you talk about measuring voltage across the LED, the voltage drop across the LED, you can measure with the help of multimeter like this. You can connect multimeter over here in parallel over here. You can measure voltage drop across this LED. If you want to measure voltage across this resistor, then you can measure like this. So if you want to measure resistance value, like the over here is 330 ohm resistance value. So how you can measure it? So there is one important point that I'm going to discuss over here. When any resistance is connected in a circuit, then you will not able to measure resistance. So whenever you have to measure resistance value, then you have to remove it from the circuit, then you can measure resistance value. Otherwise, in a closed circuit, you will not able to measure resistance value. If you have to measure current in a circuit, then how you can measure it? For that, you have to cut your circuit and you have to connect multimeter in a series. So current will flow from like this to this through the across the multimeter. Then you will able to measure that. So you will able to measure that current in a circuit. So that you can do in a very simple way. So there will be some assignment question related to that water analogy and the circuit analogy, Ohm's law, voltage, current measurement and voltage measurement. So you have to use it for your application. So similar way, if you have to measure resistance, you can measure like this. So how you will measure it? You can measure it you can measure in a very simple way on the Tinkercad using multimeter that we will discuss now. So this one is a breadboard. So how breadboard is working? So whenever we have to connect multiple wires, we have to do soldering. But with the help of breadboard, we no need to do soldering and we can reuse component in a very simple way. So this one is a working of breadboard. You can see all the internally these rows are connected internally. You can see like this. So whenever you are going to connect any point over here, then all point are connected like this. So you can see it in a very careful manner so that you can use component accordingly. If you are going to connect component like this, then component will be get sorted from the back side. So you have to take care. These are connected like this. I mean, there is nothing big thing. These are just strips. Those are connected, and you can make multiple connection in one with one wire. There is nothing big. So these are also detailed connection like this, row and column. You can see holes of all connected rows and columns. So you can connect any circuit like this. This one is a symbol of LED and this one is a symbol of resistance, and you can make any circuit like this. And you can use in hardware also like this. And you can, whenever you have to interface your Arduino, then you can interface with the Arduino, and USB cable is required, and then PC is required for interfacing it. Now we are moving towards Tinkercad, and we are going to start some Arduino circuit interface, and one by one we will discuss each step in a detail and we will do practical hands-on. So let's come up in a Tinkercad. So we are going back to Tinkercad. Yes. So first of all, what we have to do whenever we are going to open Tinkercad, go to Tinkercad Home. This one is Home, Tinkercad Home. So one important thing that I'm just going to discuss with you over here, and I will not repeat that step, and that is very important. Whenever you are going to use Tinkercad, 2 3 things you have to remember for accessing Tinkercad in your PC. What is that important point? First of all, your antivirus should be disabled or uninstalled. If you will use antivirus, then your Tinkercad will not work in your PC. That is very important. Second thing, if you are using any firewall or your firewall is enabled, then you have to disable your firewall. Third thing, whenever you are going to use Tinkercad and you will not able to open it, then what you have to do, click over here. This one is a log button over here in website, above of your website log button. Click over here, then you will find pop-up and redirect will be disabled in your PC, in your browser. So enable it, allow it, and then you will find few more thing over here in the website. Whenever you will go to site setting, then allow each thing so that you will able to access it. So there will be one flash player also that you have to enable, then only you will able to make any simulation on the Tinkercad. Again, if you will face difficulty, then try to open Tinkercad in different browser. If again you will face difficulty, then how you will solve it? Go to this point at the right corner, right top corner over here. So how you can do it? Click over here, go to more setting over here, clear browsing data. So that data you have to clear if you are facing difficulty in opening Tinkercad in your browser. Then you will not face any difficulty. Further also, if you are facing difficulty in Tinkercad, then you can contact me on WhatsApp. I will share your screen in with my PC using some software, and then I will resolve your query personally. So no need to get panic about it. So whenever you are going to open Tinkercad, first of all, go to after doing sign in, go to circuit. Again, I'm repeating, go to circuit. Might be maximum participant has not started using Tinkercad and not doing the assignment till now. So kindly do your assignment and start doing it. Otherwise, there will be a lot of burden on you at the end of training program. If you will not able to submit your assignment, then you will not awarded a certificate. That is very important. So in a circuit, go to home, then click on the circuit, then your all stored circuit, saved circuit you will find over here. But you have to create new circuit always, so that your new circuit will be get saved. So click over here, create new circuit. As you will click over here, a new window will get opened in your PC, and you will open to use workspace of this Tinkercad. So now I'm going to use Arduino and their programming, and we will do graphical programming, and then also we will understand parallelly their embedded C programming, that how we can learn that embedded C programming in a very simple manner. So this one is our workspace. Over here, what I'm going to do, so meanwhile, I'm going to share with you one announcement that I have shared a YouTube link with you. So that link you can share among your students, so that student can learn. If we talk about Haryana, Punjab and Himachal, there is dedicated IoT subject in which Arduino is there. So maximum student has not completed their like if we talk about practicals. So they can also learn with the help of this, and they can do their practical at their home using Tinkercad. So kindly share that YouTube link among your students so that they can get benefited. So I shared that YouTube link in the WhatsApp group also. You can copy that link from the WhatsApp group, and you can share that link among your students so that they can join it live, and also they can get benefit after this session also. Okay, so what we have to do over here, we are just going to make a connection of Arduino. So I'm not going to discuss basic circuits. So I'm just coming back to Arduino. So you have to drag and drop Arduino, and then after that, so today we are going to discuss about digital output. So how we have to give digital output signal. Then we will discuss about analog read. So how we can write a digital output signal program. So in a very simple way, I'm just discussing about over here. So how you can use breadboard. So it's good practice to use breadboard. If you are facing difficulty in using breadboard, then you can make connection directly. No need to use breadboard. So over here, I'm going to connect LED. So you have to connect LED like this, and two LEDs I'm going to connect over here. So this one I'm going to connect over here. Then after that, what is the use of breadboard, that I'm just going to discuss over here. So ground you can connect like this with the help of this ground. This one is ground, negative. You can make it ground. And 5 volt I'm going to connect over here like this. Someone is saying that the link of YouTube is invalid. So that link is not invalid. I'm just going to show you that how it is working. So let me stop it. So YouTube link, I'm going to share it again in the chat box also. You can copy that link. That link is opened and you can copy it and use it. So I shared in the chat box. Okay. So I have connected LED over here. So what you have to do, positive I have connected, negative I have connected. You can change color also. So positive should be red color and negative wire color should be green or sorry, black. So whenever you are going to make any circuit, you have to make it neat and clean, so that in your assignment we can understand it in a very simple way. Or after that we have to connect resistance. So this one resistance I have connected. If I will connect resistance like this, then resistance will be get sorted. So there will no meaning of using resistance. So we have to connect like this. Then again one more resistance. So I'm going to connect resistance in the positive side. So this one is positive in the LED, this one is negative. So I will also discuss in detail about LED, that which one is positive and how you will identify it. And ground, you have to connect it directly with negative. This one is ground and this one is ground. So both ground is connected. This one is the output. So this output you have to connect with Arduino. Any digital pin you can take like this. So you can do it like this. So any digital pin you can connect. So how we have to connect digital output, you can see in a very simple way. So how to write a program. So this one is by default example, you will find, you can delete it. So if you are going to write digital, so first of all, I am going to discuss over here programming blocks, which one blocks for what application. Whenever you have to give output signal, then go to output. Whenever you have to read any digital or any analog signal, you have to read, then go to input. Or whenever you have to put any condition or any delay or any wait, then go to control. Over there you will find wait, repeat for while condition, repeat while over here for some particular dedicated condition. This one is for repeat, this one is for loop. And similar way you can use if condition, you can use if and else condition, and then you can use counter also over here. And if you want to use any comparator or any boolean operators, then you have to go to math. Over there you will find all boolean uh, symbols, comparators and conditions. So all mathematical operators you will find over here. And if you want to take some variable, then you can create some variable from over here, some global variable, some local variable. that you can create from over here. So these are some basic input, output, and blocks of graphical programming. So over here, I'm just going to use digital output. So first one block is by default for 30 number pin, that is built in LED. The 30 number pin that I have discussed, that is built in LED. Similar way, second block is for digital output. So any pin we can define with second block. Third block is for analog output, for PWM pin. With the help of that, you will find only PWM pins that we will discuss later on when we will talk about analog output. Then after that, there are speaker, and there are special dedicated block of sensors. Like if you want to print serial monitor, then you can use this block. So this one is for speaker buzzer. So now we are going to use the second block. Sorry, this one is second block. I'm going to scroll it down, scroll it up, then take this block, and then you can select pin number. Like you are using 9 number or 8 number pin. So 8 number pin I'm using over here. And then if you are using 2 pin, then duplicate it directly, or you can also take from over here. So it's easy way to duplicating it. Make it 9 number. Then if you have that you did high both, so you can then go to control. Then over here you will find one weight, you can put it, then you can duplicate it. Sorry, I'm going to delete it. If you want to duplicate complete, and then put over here. Now both are high for 1 second, then again it's high. You can make both low. It's up to you what condition you want to make. Then also you have to put delay. If you will not put this delay, then this loop will be very fast. As I told you, the frequency of this microcontroller is 16 megahertz. Then it will go very fast way back and repeat it. So if you will put one delay over here, then it will work for 1 second on, 1 second off. So now I'm going to start simulation. You can check it out that how it is working. And during simulation, you want to see this one and also this one, then you can make it fit to screen over here. When you will do fit to screen, it will get automatically fit to screen. So it's on and off. Also, you can do programming and you can use delay in millisecond also. If you are using in millisecond, then you have to write 1000. If you are using millisecond over here, then you have to write it in 1000. You can change timing by clicking over here. You can select it, delete it also. So how your code is working over here, then go to block plus text. So this one is pin mode. So I'm going to repeat this code over here in graphical so that you should get familiar about it. So there is no code. This one is minimal program that is required for Arduino to get compiled. So if we have to write any code over here, so what time is right now? Let me see. So yes, we are having 1 minute more. So I'm just going to discuss over here that how you have to write code. So for that, I'm just going to take block and you will see that what changes you will find over here. So as I told you, whenever you are going to use any digital pin, then we have to define in setup that which pin is for input and which pin is for output. So I'm going to take this block. As I will add this block, that pin will automatically get defined and block of output is written automatically over here. So which pin we are using? 8 number pin. So 8 will be get automatically defined over here. And if you are going to use one more, you are duplicating it, then second pin will automatically define when I am going to change this pin number. So you can see, and we are using 2 blocks. Then we are going to delay. If we are taking delay in 1 second, then over here you will find 1000, that is millisecond. Then if you are going to make it duplicate, then you can do it like this. Yes. This one is get duplicated. Yes. So this one is your code, and you can directly copy this code and you can place this code in the Arduino software and in Arduino cloud version. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So one more thing, just I'm going to discuss over here, that is analog read. So you can read analog signal in a very simple manner. So how you can read it? For that, first we have to connect it with ground, and third pin we have to connect with 5 volt, that I can connect over here because we have already used breadboard, and middle pin we have to connect over here. So it will work as a voltage variable device. Whenever I will change it, the output voltage will change from 0 to 5. So how it is working? For that I'm using multimeter to check it out, that how much output voltage it is giving. So ground, I'm going to connect with ground. All ground should be common, and this output I'm going to connect with this center point, because we are getting output from this point. Okay, now let's see. I'm not going to write any program over here. First of all, I'm going to check this potentiometer, that it is working or not. It is variable, working as a variable voltage or not. So you can do it in a very simple way. So YouTube link I have shared. Sorry, YouTube link is deleted. I will share again YouTube link. So no need to worry about it. I will share in WhatsApp group also. So over here, what we can do, as I will rotate this potentiometer from with the mouse, you can see voltage is changing from 0 to 5. 0 to 5, maximum 5, minimum 0. So we are going to read this voltage from 0 to 5 over here in the Arduino. So as I told you, whenever we are going to read any digital signal or any analog signal, in analog signal it will read in the format of 10 bit. 10 bit mean 2 raised to power 10. Mean whenever we are going to read 5 volt from any device in any from any power source or any sensor, and we will going to read with the help of analog pin, then it will read in the format of 10 bit, mean in the range of 0 to 1023. 10 bit mean 2 raised to power 10, that will be 1024. Whenever we will talk about 0 to 1024, it will be 0 to 1023. So I think it is disconnected. So my voice is audible. My voice is audible or not? Kindly respond. Yes, great. So screen is visible to everyone. Yes. So how to write a program? So I'm going to show you that how simple it is. So over here, I'm going to read analog value from A0, and then I'm going to print it on serial monitor. So I will discuss in detail that how serial monitor is working. So serial print, and put this block over here. My code is ready. So I'm going to start simulation. You can see over here in the below side there is serial monitor. So this one is serial monitor. You can open it and you can see value is coming 1023, because we are reading over here, that is 5 volt. So just let it stop making it block so that you can watch it over here. So over here you can see, I'm going to start again. So you will see value is 5 volt, potentiometer is giving output 5 volt, and we are reading it in the Arduino, and it's reading in the format of 0 to 1023. So let me see it's going decreasing or not. So making decreasing potentiometer value, at 0 it's giving 0 volt. At middle it will give half of 1023, 511. So you can read directly over here, and you can also convert that value in a 0 to 5 volt also at the serial monitor. For that you have to use formula that I will discuss in tomorrow session. And if you are having any kind of queries, any doubt, that you can ask right now. And then after that we are going to sum up today's session. So any doubt that can be asked. And if we talk about any Someone is saying that GPS and GSM module. So any wireless communication device is not available in the Tinkercad. If we talk about Wi-Fi module or Bluetooth module, that is not available in the Tinkercad. 10 bit, yes, 1024 mean 10 bit, 2 raised to power 10. That is ADC, that is inbuilt in this Arduino, so that is being used. So kindly share the content. We will share whatever content we have to share on the Google group, Google Classroom. That we will share. YouTube link we will share in the group, WhatsApp group. You will find light source of LDR is available in the Tinkercad. Whenever you will click on the LDR after simulation, then you will find that LDR simulation and LDR light source. Yes, yesterday link also I will share. Address and data bus, ADC, 8-bit or 16-bit processor. In Arduino, it is being 8-bit ADC, that is for using for analog read, and we are using at the output, that is PWM. With the help of that, we have to write in the format of 8-bit. Sorry, 10-bit ADC. 10-bit ADC in Arduino for reading analog signal. One assignment. Yes, every day we will give you one assignment. Yes, you can connect before and after LED resistance. PPT of this session will not available. Anything else? Because that is that we are not going to share right now. At the end of complete session, we will share. So anything else? And classroom IDs that I will share in WhatsApp group again. So thank you so much. So today assignment we will share till the evening, and then we will you have to complete your assignment in timely manner. So thank you so much. If you have any difficulty in accessing Tinkercad or any assignment, so you can only ask genuine questions. So don't ask about silly things that we have submitted assignment. Kindly respond our results and like that. So that activity we are not going to do right now. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Kindly share that YouTube link to your participant, your students, and also you can subscribe that YouTube channel so that daily no need to share YouTube link, so that you will get notified whenever we are going to live this session. So that channel you can also subscribe, and there are also a lot of video about Tinkercad in that channel that you will find over there about basic fundamental of Tinkercad, how to use it, how to use different sensors, and how you have to make different interesting project for COVID-19 related activity that you will find over there. So thank you so much for joining today's session. We will meet you again at 2 p.m. sharp. Thank you so much.